this week might be a little bit longer, only because we're going to go over fees, which is something new, I believe, for you and all the other the other VAs,
Mhm.
as well as how to issue. This is going to be a new task that you're going to do in case the LO needs it. How to issue an initial LE. So not the disclosures, just the LE for the LO in case he needs it to show the borrower what the fees are or what the total closing cost would look like. Okay.
Okay.
So let me.
Elliot loan estimate, right?
Correct. Yes. Let me
And
start sharing. Mhm.
yeah, the loan estimate, we actually encountered that. I guess when we request the lender package, we send the correct loan estimate to the escrow.
Yes. So when we request the packet from escrow, yes, we do issue that. We send them that loan estimate. So that way escrow can give us the settlement statement reflecting our fees as well.
Mhm.
So this
Is it different from CD or they are
different from the
same?
CD. It's essentially similar because it has the loan information and it has the fees involved within the
Mhm.
transaction, but it is a different document in itself. So let me show you. Okay, I don't have one open. So we have let's see. So we have the initial LE, which is the first LE that we send to escrow when we request the settlement settlement statement,
Mhm.
and we have the initial LE so this initial LE is that we send to escrow, right? When we submit the
Mhm.
file, we input the fees and issue these initial disclosures. And that initial LE, which is this one, part of the initial disclosure, it gets sent to escrow for them to provide us an updated settlement statement reflecting our fees in Section A. Okay.
Okay.
When the
Okay.
loan, so this one right here, it's not locked. So the initial LE, for the most part, is what the rate lock is going to show no. If we lock
Mhm.
at submission, then this rate lock will say yes. But in this case, it wasn't locked at submission, so the rate lock section is going to be no. When we do lock, we issue another LE, which is called a locked LE. So this locked LE is going to be very similar to our initial LE. It's the loan estimate. The only difference on this one is this rate lock, the date it was locked, and then the
Mhm.
expiration date. Um, so this one, for the most part, the fees won't change too much, but it can have some changes. Okay.
Mhm.
After it's locked, if we have the appraisal, the insurance, or at least the quote, and after this locked LE has been e-signed or at least wet signed, we can issue the initial CD. Okay, so this initial CD, the first page looks similar. Um, the name is going to show differently though. It's a closing disclosure CD versus the loan estimate, the LE.
Mhm.
The fee section pages looks different as well. Um, this one is broken down and it shows whether it was paid, it's going to be paid at closing, so PTC, or if it's
Mhm.
paid at POC, it was paid before closing.
Mhm.
Okay. It also
Okay.
has a section for our sellers paid. So sometimes, so in this case, this section right here, it's paid by the seller, um, not by the actual borrower themselves. If it's paid by a third party, in this case, if it was something was paid by us, it would show down here.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
So yes, so we have our initial LE that goes out with our initial disclosures. We have our locked LE, and then we have our initial CD. After this is done and we have our CTC, that's when we issue loan docs. With our loan docs, we will get the final um, with our loan docs, we will get the final CD. So it's going to be a closing disclosure. This one looks very similar to our initial CD. It's just because it's part of our loan docs, it's considered our final disclosure CD.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
This final CD will most likely be different um, than what we had in our initial, because this final CD, all the invoices and everything should already been updated. Okay.
Okay.
So one of your new tasks is that if the LO at initial stage when we review their documents, and they're still talking with the borrower to see if they want to move forward with our company or not, and they require an LE so that way the borrower sees um, what their payment will look like, the rate, and their fees. That's what I'm going to show you what to issue or how to issue this LE right here.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
So just to look out for this LE, it'll have the date issued, the day we're doing it. It's going to have a property address. If we, for in our case, that's going to be before we have an actual subject property, we'll just put it as a TBD. It has a
Mhm.
sale price, the loan amount, the rate, what the principal and interest payment is going to be, whether it's impounded or not. If it is impounded, this monthly payment is going to be different from this payment because it's including our escrow account. It's going to show the closing costs. So this number should match the cost for all this, all the fees here, this one right here.
Mhm.
And then, so the estimated cash to close is 86,000. It's the closing cost plus any down payment plus any additional adjustments and credits right here. So that's what this estimated cash to close is. So it's very important